What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are doing a video that I've been waiting about a month or so to do, and that's going to be reviewing the tune on the STI just to see if I'm still happy with it, if I'm still happy with the power interval, and if I'm still enjoying the E85 setup on the car, if I would have done anything different, and kind of like my gripes and complaints with the car, just to kind of see how it stands, because we spent a lot of money, we spent a lot of time, and there was a long waiting period to get the STI to where it is today. So I figured this would be a really good, I guess, video or talking point to do for any of you who are considering doing a similar turbo setup, or just Matt's doing yard work. He seems to be having a great time. But it's mainly to help those of you who have been considering doing a similar turbo setup, fueling setup as my car, just to see if there's anything that I'm not happy with that maybe you could change on yours. So I got a couple GoPros strapped to the car. We're gonna set up the EOS R inside of the car. We're just gonna go drive the STI around. Traffic right now shouldn't be too bad, so we can at least get on the car a little bit and play with it a little bit up on the freeway. So let's hop in the STI, let's go talk about it, and let's go see, like, I don't even know where I was going with that. Let's go see if I'm happy with the tune still. Well, blam! Well, blam! Let's go drive. We got our AC on. We good. I cannot see though. Oh, we clear. We clear! Go, 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 go. Dope. So like I said, the car has been tuned for a little over a month now. I think it got tuned somewhere in mid-May. I want to say May 22nd, May 24th, May 18th. I don't know. Sometime in May. It's like almost the end of June now. And don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with the way that the car came out. I love it. But there's like a couple like there's one key gripe that I have, and it's not even with the tune. I'm used to the power already, and it's such a slippery slope. It's such a slippery slope with cars to get used to a power level, because then you just want more and you get used to it so quick. Now, I haven't really put the car on like full chooch mode yet, mainly because I don't want my clutch to explode inside of the transmission, because I'm already doing one clutch job on the BRZ and I don't want to have to do another one. But the tune's been holding up great, even in hot weather. Hot weather, cold weather, it's been doing awesome. I mean, when it is a little hotter out, I am getting a little more feedback knock, but that is as expected. Air is a little hotter, so it's not as dense, and there's not as much air going into the engine. Now, like I said, I've kept the car on ethanol the entirety of the time I've had it since the tune. Well, since the tune, I've had it on ethanol the entire time. And no complaints with that at all. Like, I prefer ethanol. It burns a little bit cleaner. It keeps the, we still get the added benefit of the cooling from the fuel, but you know, it's just, I don't like pump gas on this car anymore. It's just not as much fun. Not saying that there's something wrong with pump gas, because there's not. It's just, since I have the availability to get E85, I'm gonna run it. So the car is been sitting on about like anywhere from like an E65 to E80 blend. Right now we're at about E75, so pretty good power. I think I am going to send it on full chooch in this video at least one time up the freeway ramp, just to see what the beams are capable of. I don't want to lose the GoPro on the outside of the car though, because I will be a little sad if I lose that Hero 7 and it gets obliterated by oncoming traffic. But I don't know, GoPro rates their suction cup mounts to like 150, and there's no way we're going to get anywhere near that. But just to test the acceleration, I think it would be fun. So the braking on the car, you guys heard me complain about the braking not too long ago. The braking has kind of resolved itself. I don't know if it was just like a mental thing that I was like, oh my God, the brakes on the car. I don't even know where this thing is focused right now. Boop. Like, oh my God, the brakes on the car, they're just not feeling the greatest. They're not feeling the best. I mean, right now they feel great, feel awesome. And then for those of you that have been curious about the hood scoop block off plate and the hood louver combo, they have been doing wonders for one another. Like my IATs, I mean, right now, since we're sitting in traffic, they're a little bit higher, but my IATs when we're moving are like no more than ambient air temperature, which is incredible. Like my IATs very rarely get over 100 degrees, which is so nice. I remember when I was on a top mount intercooler, having to look at those intake air temps. They're like 160, 170. I was like, oh, I need to bring those down. Man, I'm telling you, a front mount with the proper modifications to support it, way to go. It is the way to go. Oh my goodness, can I just get out of this like traffic area? That's all I want. Oh, why would you do that? I don't understand why people get in front of me to just go so very slow. Why did you do this? You are literally helping nobody with this. There you go. Come on, you can go faster than that. Now, you guys know when I got tuned, I had 3 different, well, I still do. I have Intelligent, Sport, and Sport Sharp. And those have been remapped to different boost intervals. As you guys know, it's like 11 PSI, 18 PSI, and 22 PSI, I believe. Now, I haven't gone to the 22 PSI map just because I haven't really felt a need for it. Like, I'm used to the power on Sport mode, but I don't know how long the car would survive if I put it on Sport Sharp. That's kind of where I start to linger in things where I'd be a little worried that the block itself would want to blow up and die on us, or at least the clutch, one of them. I start to get on the car too much, I know one of them's gonna let go, and my money is going to be on the clutch first. But I haven't put it on full chooch mode yet, but I'm a little curious, so we're gonna put it on full chooch mode. We're on full chooch. Full chooch! And we're coming up to the freeway on-ramp, which is the perfect spot to test speed. It is like the only place you can legally accelerate very quickly. Another Subaru waved at me. Hello, all of you friendly Subaru drivers out there. I appreciate all the waves, and I'm sorry if I don't wave back to everyone, because sometimes your boy just doesn't see you. It's not intentional, I promise. Goodbye. I'm gonna let you get ahead a little bit, so that way... Go slow for a minute, and let's give it the beans. Why did you just pull off on the side of the freeway? Bro! We didn't even go full chooch! We only have 14 pounds! I really hope the GoPro on the sunroof caught that. Because this Mercedes decided to be a He legit like went off like halfway on the lane and then stopped. Why would you do that? It's literally helping nobody and you just ruined all my fun. I don't quite understand where everyone gets their driver's license. I don't get it half the time. So that was actually the first time that I've put it in Sport Sharp mode on E85, which is the 401 wheel horsepower tune. And I'm not gonna lie, the car did feel a little bit quicker, not insanely. It was, I think that tune is like 30 to 35 more wheel horsepower than what we currently just hang out at. On the bright side, we do get to come up to my favorite turn, so hopefully these guys up here don't completely ruin that one for me also. Like, don't get me wrong, I know it's a public road, but just don't stop on the freeway. That's all I ask. Literally all I ask of you is don't stop on the freeway like that guy did. And we'll all be good. We'll be solid. Favorite turn. Still have both GoPros. Haha! So there's a couple things that I regret not doing when we built the car. A couple of them being some fuel modifications. If this is a build that you're wanting to emulate, I do highly suggest that you get some ID 1300s. Do not do the 1050s like I did, because fuel was a big struggle bus area for me on the dyno. And I'm kind of regretting not doing them now, because we probably could have made a little bit more horsepower and set ourselves up a little bit better for the future. But if you are considering doing this, get some ID 1300s, get at least a dual fuel pump setup if you are wanting to make more power later down the road, because I know that when the time comes with this engine, we did all those pulls with the AC on too. I just realized that probably wasn't the best idea. I wish I would have done a dual fuel pump setup, because I know after this short block goes, I'm going to be shooting for around 600 wheel horsepower just as a fun street car. And having those modifications done with on this last tune iteration would have been a little bit better for the E85 setup. We're also gonna go get a coffee because I want a coffee. Or at least a Red Bull. I want a Red Bull. Your boy wants a Red Bull, so we're gonna go get a Red Bull. Those fuel modifications are a big one. Another fuel modification that I wish I would have done is on the bottom of the fuel rails, you have a spot for fuel pulse dampeners, which helps just kind of level out the fuel pressure as it goes into the engine. Dude, do you even know how to drive? This dude behind me just like split 2 lanes. But the fuel pulse dampeners are ones that I wish I would have done. That's just more of a longevity thing than anything else. It's not really gonna help you make a lot more power. It's not really gonna help you make any power at all. But it will help steady out the fuel flow as it goes from the rails into the injectors, then obviously gets dispersed into the system. We'll let the car cool down for a minute and then we'll go hop back on the freeway. I want to give it the beans. I want to go full beans. I want to go full chooch. Are we not able to connect to the GoPro outside of the vehicle? Can we just connect to the GoPro outside of the vehicle? There we go. That's fine.
There's just less eyes.
Ooh. I don't trust any of these people's ability to drive in a parking lot. I lack confidence in all of you, especially you. I'm excited. I got BRZ parts showing up today. The flywheel, woo, the flywheel's showing up. I'm still waiting on flywheel bolts though, which is a little bit depressing because I want to get that transmission back in the BRZ. So I mean, overall, I'm incredibly happy with the tune. Chris did a killer job. The only issue that I don't have an issue with it. The only thing that, for me at least, is now I want more power because I'm used to the 400 wheel horsepower range. It's incredibly easy to get used to power intervals incredibly easily, especially after you've been tuned for a while, and everyone keeps staring at me. Is it the car or the GoPros, people? Come on. We're all normal human beings here, I promise you. But outside of those fuel modifications, I'm happy. I'm like incredibly happy with the tune. He did a killer job. I haven't had any issues with it at all. DAM has consistently stayed at 1. Every once in a while I get a little bit of fine knock learn and a little bit of feedback knock, but I mean that's expected as with any tune or any car out there. There's so much traffic. I forgot it's 3 o'clock on a Tuesday. People got day jobs. They got places they gotta be, things they gotta see. That was exciting. Slow down a little bit here. Traffic. On-ramps are my favorite. So that was the first time I've put the car in full send mode. First time ever. That was fun. It gets up so quick. Everything monitor-wise is perfect. This stock short block is doing incredibly well. I'm gonna turn the AC back on since I have the window up now. Oh, no, I don't want full send on AC. This stock short block is handling this power incredibly well. I mean, it's torque that'll start to kill these things once you really start getting up into that torque range, because we're only making about 377 foot-pounds of torque on that like full send tune, and about 401 wheel horsepower on that tune. But that full 401 wheel horsepower, okay, I take back what I said about being bored of the tune, because I never go full send. The car is generally around the 350 wheel horsepower mark, and that's the interval that I've pretty much gotten used to at this point. So I think just throwing the car in like full send mode every once in a while will definitely help remedy that feeling for wanting more power. I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely do want more power just to daily drive around. But I mean, the 350 wheel horsepower interval I think is like solid. The pops and the bangs that the car makes just makes me so happy. And they're legitimate pops and bangs too. They're real. They're not tuned in, they just happen. Just the quality pops and bangs in my opinion. But incredibly happy with the FP Blue also, because a lot of people have been asking me about that in both DMs and comments. So there's your answer. It's a super awesome turbo. It holds boost really well. It picks up quick. It sounds gnarly. So we're headed back to the house here shortly. Well, we're headed back to the house now, so let me hop out of the car. We'll wrap the video up. We'll touch on a couple points that I brought up during the video just to all encompass, bring us back around in full circle. Because that's what we do, full circle. And we didn't lose any GoPros today, which is big plus. They all stayed on the car.
What up, Draper? What up, Draper? Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
There we have it. That's kind of where I stand with the STI right now. Just don't try to get caught up in the whole power figures situation like I am, where you get used to a power interval and then you want more of it. Like, Matt, do you get that with Chewy?
Yeah, you get and you get bored.
Like when you first got
like
power.
5 seconds later?
Yeah, like when you first had a lot of power after the car got tuned and you're like, wow, this feels so fast. And then like a month later, you're like, this feels so slow.
Like when you get a dog and then a month after having a dog, you want another dog.
It's a dangerous cycle.
And the next thing you know, you have 7 dogs.
But that's what I got for you guys. So if you are trying to emulate the build, just keep in mind there's a couple of things when it comes to that fueling aspect of get fuel pulse dampeners. I do suggest bigger injectors and a different fuel pump setup than what I went with. But I'm still loving the car. Chris did an awesome job. That was the first time I've gone full chooch in the car. And I mean, it felt awesome. I actually did feel a difference between the sport and the sport sharp mode after I kind of played with it a little bit more, but very enjoyable. So hopefully UPS is dropping off the last of the BRZ parts for me today for the flywheel, so I can bolt that back up, get that new retainer clip on there, so that way everything is solid. And then once we get all those parts on, we can put the BRZ transmission back in, go test drive it, make sure it's good. And then we're gonna go test drive it down to Subaru, and Subaru's gonna do the recall for us on it. That's what I got for you guys. If you guys like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up, turn it blue, like the Subaru. Woo! And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button because your boy appreciates it. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, homies.